All right. Let everybody come in. Good afternoon. I'm going to do watercolor today. This is jelly print that's got gesso on it, clear gesso, and a graphite sketch. If you're watching this on YouTube, the recording, this is a live stream. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Jillian. I'll let everybody get in. I was inspired by Lena's elephant, so I thought I'd do an elephant. And I had this jelly print. I think it had magicals on it, maybe. It did smear when I put the clear gesso, but I just wiped back some of the purple so it wasn't so dominant. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Vicki. I also was going to share some happy mail real quick. Terry sent the crab back, and I was able to fix the crab that was stabbed by the post office. But I still have another one I'm doing for her. And she sent me this cute little card, this little postcard. And then the most bizarre thing is Joan and I have the worst luck with mail. I got her Christmas card early this week. Our post office just must not like mail between Joan and I. So beautiful. It's all these die cuts, layers on and foiled paper. It's just beautiful. Thank you, Joan and Paul. And then I was at a stream of Faithful, and she was using a napkin that I liked, so she sent me a few of them, and then she sent me a couple watermelon, floral, pretty spring one, some index cards with dots, and some washi tape like she sells in her Etsy. And it's Faithful Mess on Etsy, I believe, and she sells washi samples, which is a cute way. And I've got one more thing I'm going to get. Let me get it real quick. I sold the watercolor sets that I had, but I had mentioned on a previous stream that I had some colored pencils that I was going to sell that I just don't use. There's nothing wrong with them. I hardly ever use them. Sorry, the camera's been knocked. But this is a set of Fila. Yeah. Fila, it's F-E-L-L-A, and they're in a pencil case. And like I said, there is like 150 colored pencils, and they're wax-based. I got them as a backup set, but I just don't use them. I just don't use them. And I'm going to just sell them for $20 in the case. And it's a blue, like, denim case. And then the other set that I have is also in the pencil case. And these are an oil-based. And they're one of those, they're kind of like the Hua markers. There's just a brand that comes under different names, and they're kind of like the Polys, but they're of course not Faber-Castell. And a lot of them are labeled because they didn't have I couldn't read the number, so a lot of them just have this as a label, and they're in the pencil case, and there's, I believe, 120, and mostly never used. Pretty much the only ones I used were some of the browns and golds and some grays. And I'm going to sell those for $20 also in the case. So if somebody is interested in those, yeah, Galina, just let me know. Just tweet me in a PM. Like I said, I have the wax-based set and the oil-based set. And they're in perfect condition, and I'll send them in the, and I don't know what shipping will be. We'll have to figure that out. I was sort of surprised because shipping went up again. They opened the government and then shipping went up. But we can work that out. We can figure that out. I'll do the measurements and see if they'll fit in like a flat rate box. Yeah, no hurry. No hurry. So, hi, Norma. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Hi, Christy. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Kat. Galina again. Hello. Hi, Vaughn. Kathy Arbor, Shauna, Vicky. I'm sure Dot's there just stitching away. I know Eileen is in a class. So Lena posted her fib sketch a day of the elephants, and I thought it was so pretty that I would do a fib paint along. And so I have a sketch of a pair of elephants and this is the reference I used. And it's just graphite on a jelly print. And then first I put the jelly print on some watercolor paper because I just like that heavy base. And then I put clear gesso on top of the jelly print. And then I went ahead and put my elephant on, and some of the shading is just graphite. As I was sketching it, I was using a soft lead, and I was just adding some of the shadow. And that'll get set when I do the watercolor, and then I won't have to do all that really fine line. I thought about using the ink tints. Yeah, I feel you, Vaughn. I feel you. Today is the first day that I have not taken cold medicine. Now I'll probably take a tablet before I go to bed, just because when I go to lay down, it's worse. All right, so I thought about, I'm going to leave mostly the elephant, the jelly print color, but I'm going to use some Payne's Gray and maybe some neutral tint. This is going to be grass down at the bottom, but I also want to add some sap green and quinacridone, not at the bottom, nickel quinacridone gold, maybe some burnt orange, some maroon, and kind of get one side that's got more light and one side that's got more dark. So I'm gonna deviate from the background here. So I'm gonna start with some Payne's Gray. Put a little water in the palette. And this is thin copy paper, which is why I put it on the heavier paper. Okay. Look at it. Second brush, damp. And then kind of blot it off. And just kind of soften some of that. Yeah, I looked until I found something that I really kind of liked. And like I said, I'm just really kind of working on adding some shading. I may even add a little more purple to the mix. Get that just a little bit darker purple. Now where I have the pencil lead, I just blended it and I didn't put the clear gesso. So it's taken a minute to soak in. It's resisting that just a little bit. Hi, Lori. But I'm going to let the print do a lot of the work on the elephants. I probably should have put another coat of clear gesso, I think. Hi, Joycey. Okay. Well, yeah, that's just, it's fine for right now. And I should have known not to buy Liquitex because I don't like their regular gesso. But I think it's what they had when I was getting it and I was picking it up. Okay. Their uh, gesso is just like sandpaper. Okay. Trying to get some of those marks in at the face, but not too much taken over. And I don't know what I want to do with the tusk yet. Yeah, I have a big thing of the regular gesso because I used it for a big. I had to have it for a big project. I don't use gesso a whole lot, regular gesso. Turn this just because it's easier sometimes. Just pull some of these lines that I put in there. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with Mama. Oh, somebody's coming in the room, Tay Tay. Yeah, you gonna come say hi? You gonna come say hi, Mama? She's mad at me. I left last night. I was gone today. I slept through breakfast. Okay, come say hi. You can say hi for a few minutes and then you're going to have to go. No. No, you don't go to the watercolor palette. Here, I'm going to shut that so she can't put her paw in my brand new palette. Oh, we can't say the S word. That's bad news. You can go ask Daddy for those. She is an addicted to the S word. She likes when you throw them on the floor and she chases them around and finds them. But what she's not happy about is she hasn't had any mommy time. And to go to school all week with those kids. Yeah. Had to go to school all week with those kids. And then I had the audacity to go out with Daddy and go out and sell some art. But you want cans, Mama, don't you? She just put her No, she didn't get her tail in it. I thought she got her tail in some gray watercolor. Okay. It's not over. Okay. Down. Bob. Call Tay Tay with some snacks.
Tay Tay, want some snacks?
Bye, guys. She says, bye, guys. Thanks, honey.
There we go. Some snacks, Tay Tay.
No, you're not supposed to be back. You were supposed to eat snacks. What are you back for? Honey, did you not give her snacks?
I did.
She's back. Call her again. Go. That was a fast snack. The littler one is kind of hard because it's so tiny. Okay. Try to soften some of those. I don't want to lose all the light in there. It's such a tiny little area. think I'm just going to kind of do the edges because he's like less detail in him. And the grasses are going to come up. Hi, Faye. Hi, Judy. No, you'd send her back, Shauna. You'd send her back. Low-key would make sure. This may not show up on camera. I'll hold it up in a minute. I'm just adding. Just kind of more texture on the skin. And I'm going to add a little bit just to.
Station will be dropped deep into the jungles of northwest New Orleans in its most auspicious respects. In this popular white forest, we set up seasonal rainfall and hot humidity.
And let's go into the black real quick. Okay. So I'm kind of happy with the elephants. Now let's decide. Go some nickel gold and then some Aussie red. You need to get off. All right, then I'm going to grab some of this Aussie gold, which is a Daniel Smith color. Okay. Just trying to get some light in there. And I'm going to go with the quinacridone rust. Kind of underneath it. Okay. Hi, Lena. I'm doing a paint along. Your elephants inspired me. All right, now I'm going to go to some maroon. And in some areas in the maroon. And then I'm going to go to, I think, the dioxine purple. Go ahead and let some of that. All right. And I'm going to go back in with some Aussie gold. I'm going to kind of let some of that do its thing. Okay, I like this right in here where there's that real high contrast. So I think I'm going to let some of that. Okay, and then I'm going to get some sap green. I need just a second. I need to get just a little bit of like the yellowy red in here. I like how that dioxine purple is granulating and leaving some texture. get it darker down here, I think. All right, and so grass is sort of out of this area. Maybe with a, yeah, I'll use a liner. It's too wet. It's kind of dark, I know. It's not, I'll hold it up just a minute and you can sort of, I'm just taking some of that color and pulling it up to add some grass kind of texture. I don't know if it's showing on the screen very well. It's too early to do that. So what I'm going to do is I will come back and do that along the here, but I think it's too early. I'm going to add some sap green in here, though. And I am going to add the purple back in here again. All right, so I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes and dry. Hi, Gail. Hi, May. Okay. So now I need to decide what I want to do to the background. Let me dry that real quick. Thanks, Galena. That probably helped. There should be less of a glare. And you can see that there's some light and some dark areas. Okay, so I think I'm going to go in with sap green. And I also think I want some of that. Maybe I want some of that yellow up in here too. So I'm going to start by putting in some of the There's some areas that light is poking through. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the green. And this is an M-gram sap green. I'm going to keep it darker in this one area. I'm going to turn this sideways. The palette keeps slipping. Okay. And then I'm going to go with the anthracone blue. In some areas. Let that kind of mix with that green. Let me clean my brush real quick. And we'll get some more of that over here. Kind of trying to leave some holes to indicate like foliage. Okay. Let's see if I can get that. A little more of a blue mix. Up here. Not get it in that green for right now. Right, and I'm going to get some of that purple up in there too. Clean my brush. Go in and get a little more blue. Kind of get that wet. The green is coming around where I don't want it. I'm gonna get this to be the dark side. Add some texture in there with the paper towel.
Are you broadcasting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead of later, now. Need something in front of. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Right. Go back to a little bit brighter blue. This needs to be more of a blue than a purple. Okay. Okay, and then I guess we can put some of that purple and burnt umber up here, wet. And then pull. What do you need, honey? I guess.
That's what I'm asking.
Well, I guess, hon, that's fine. Just trying to make some of the grasses in the front bigger, like they're in front. And so I'm using a bigger brush. Also getting more of a brown mixture. Some of this probably doesn't show on the screen for you. I don't know. And this is neutral tint. This will be the last layer. The bottom will, some of it will be covered up with a mat, so it won't, you won't see this right here. Okay, I'm gonna soften some of that right there. I want trees in the background. Oh, I'll use it. I just got to be in the mood. A lot of it's almost gone. When you do pours, you go through it fast. I have some pours that I want to do. I just haven't been in the mood to do them. I've been avoiding canvases because I had so many canvases and they're heavier to take to art shows and more expensive to mail. I do like getting some of that back. Yeah, I embellish them, but then I tend to use the same colors and some of the techniques and stuff I'm just not into. Some of the stuff that other people do, I'm just not into. I do have a bunch. I mean, I have plenty of acrylics. I have lots of them, but some of them are almost gone. A lot of those tubes you sent me are almost gone. A lot of the deco art stuff I have, a lot of it's almost gone. All right, so I'm deciding if I want to add some ink tints lines on the elephant. In just a couple places.
That'd be our only cash.
No, there'll be some later, but there's what's in my wallet.
I have 60.
Okay, then do that. Okay, that's what I think it needed. It needed a more intense line. Okay. And let's some of it's just about getting out there and getting your name out there, Shauna. You should find some shows that you can do that are there in Houston that are affordable. Too, because that can help. You know, one-day shows. Make sure they're art shows, not selling Cincy and that stuff, or too much crafty stuff. I sold the octopus canvas that's on the pour. I don't think that brush is fine point enough. I don't want to do the baby too much. Nope, don't want that line so much. So I'm gonna take that kind of out. Okay, and as the more I darken this, I'm getting those tusks look wider. So that helps. I'm just trying to be much lighter on right here. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, the wrinkles I think help. I'm gonna keep the baby a little lighter, and the question is, do I want to do anything to try to whiten the tusk? That's a shell pink, but I don't think so. I think I'll go ahead and come in with paint pen on the tusk and add some highlights. With the Posca. Yeah, let's get the. I want to get a little more black in the eyes. I'm gonna put it in there with the white, but kind of blot it. I want to put a little bit of white back in here in a little places. Let that dry again. Okay. And this needs a little bit more. Definition. I think that helped the baby. I just like those ink lines every once in a while. Okay. Need to sign it. Think I'm going to use the little white. I think I'm going to blot it. I may make it go yellow after it's dry with just a little bit of watercolor, just so it's not so stark. Just needs to dry more. Bye, Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Yes. That knocked it down. Okay. So it just needs a mat. I don't have any mats, but it just needs a mat. Yep, I'm done. Done. I probably overworked it to death. You can still see some of the jelly print in there, but not sure I like the bottom as well. No, not today. Thank you, Lena. I'll post a picture of it and put hashtag fib paint along. So, little. That needs to be more subtle. Yeah, wrinkles. Elephants need them wrinkles. Give them such character. Go find your Neo-Tooth, Vicky. That's funny. I'm tired. My back hurts is my main problem. When we went last night to see Jim Jeffries, the theater was really old. It's called the Majestic. It's built in like the 1920s or the 1930s. But the chairs were really narrow and the aisles had no leg room. So my knees were up and my feet were on like the balls of my foot from like 7:30 till 11, 10:30, 11. And so my back really hurts today. It was good though. But the dumb people in front of us were so rude. So I don't know if anyone else will be streaming tonight. Eileen will probably be upset with me because I came on earlier than I said. I just didn't know how long I was going to be out with the girls, but we just ate lunch and I came home. I just didn't feel like running around in the rain. Yeah, I mean, real narrow. Just you could not get by. Even when you stood up, people couldn't really get by. The girl next to me had the same problem. She was tall and she could barely sit down in the seat without her knees like up in her chin. I don't know. We were on the balcony. I don't know what it would have been if we were down farther, if it would have been better farther down because I've never been in that theater. But we had to drive to Dallas. And then we were up super late and to drive home from Dallas. So about an hour's drive in traffic. The internet died, Dot. Well, and I'm done. Hi, Josie. I'm finishing up. I came on earlier than I thought I would. Almost my normal time in the end. Tomorrow I need to paint Terry's crab. I might stream it, but I may not. So, no promises. I'm sure that Eileen will be showing us stamps that she bought tomorrow. Yeah, I ended up coming on my normal time. Just after Shauna finished, about 3:34. I didn't know how long I was going to stay out. I'm just not much of a shopper anymore. Unless I'm buying something specific, I don't need anything, then I'm not really one for running around and just looking, especially when you don't have the money to spend. Yeah, Shauna was on at her normal time. All right, Shauna. I'll just see how I feel. I've been doing the crabs. Yeah, I will not be on early enough that if Patty is on. Okay, thanks, Kalina. Oh, good, Josie. Next week's going to be a long, long week. We have parent conferences Tuesday, meetings till 5 on Wednesday. It's almost time for, me too, Sean, I'd rather shop at home. Almost time for Regional Science Fair and Science Olympiad are coming up. Yeah, sometimes I even shop on Amazon, even though I know if I went to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I could use a coupon and get a better deal. But in reality, I go in there and I spend more money. So I don't know if it really does save or not. Better change my glue water. All right, night all. Norma, you'll probably get your package Monday or Tuesday, I think. Same thing for Vaughn. It just went regular mail. Lori, I would guess yours would come. Judy's came today. So, Lori, I don't know if yours came today or it'll come tomorrow. I mean, Monday. Night, Lena. Oh, yeah. 5 years. 5 years. The Sharpie bit this week was just alarming. For those of you who don't know, we had 2 students color on paper with Sharpie marker and eat the paper and suck it, and they passed out and had a seizure, and they had to call the ambulance. And they thought they were going to get high because it's alcohol. They didn't understand it was rubbing alcohol and toxic. They're fine. More, I'm sure more scared, but I just didn't think that. I don't even know where they got the idea, or if somebody dared somebody, or if it was something they saw on the internet. I don't know what they were thinking. The only thing I can think of is they thought it was alcohol, like an alcoholic beverage, and that they would get high or drunk. But what they did was have seizures and scare the PE people. It happened in PE class. So I'm sure the heat and the exercise kind of helped create the problem. And I don't know if they had health problems to begin with. But they're 6th graders. They should know. And we had just had a conversation with some kids in my room about not coloring on their hands with Sharpie markers and Expo markers, and that how things in those markers were toxic and that their skin was an organ and it absorbed. Not in every class, but just in 1 or 2 classes in particular. I had gotten on them about coloring their skin in another room and then coming into my room with marker colored skin. And then to hear that somebody was eating it is disturbing. So, yeah, this is my 27th year. So by the time I get done, 5 more years, I'll have 32 years in the classroom. Yes, it is scary. I'm sure their parents were flipped out. So it helps that Bob subs at my school. We go together every day. They think they need to be grown. They're 11, 12, going on 30. They're trying to grow up too fast. And they're very susceptible to peer ideas and peer pressure and internet sensations and challenges and those types of things. They want to be unique and different, but they're not, because they all copy each other. for fear of standing out. Yeah, but I just have 5 years. I could have retired already if we hadn't pulled some of my retirement before. So. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a great evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow at Shauna's or Patty's, or I may stream. I'll tweet if I'm gonna stream, or if Shauna streams, and then I may stream after her. We'll see what's going on. We got to go to the grocery store in the morning for sure. And the weather here is rainy, cold, awful. No ice. Alrighty, guys. Night.